Hi, everybody. Ooh, wee. I promise I did run a hairbrush through my hair. Welcome, everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Welcome. I did start a little bit early. Hold up, y'all. Welcome. Hey, Dizzy. Hey, Nurse. Hey, Lady Jane. Hey, Kim. Hey, Linzer. Hey, Rhiannon. Welcome, everybody. Let me know if y'all can hear me, please, and thank you. Now hold up. I was trying to change. I want to change my background a little bit because I do like the moon and the stars. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes I be getting bored and I like different things. Let me see. Did I download it? Did it get download? I don't think it did. Downloads. Welcome, everybody, guys. Welcome. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We are about to get started. I'm just waiting for those notifications to go out because I know I started and didn't. I don't know if people got notified. God bless the notifications on YouTube, but sometimes they don't like me, and I have accepted that, and that is okay. I see Fluffle Tits in the chat. Welcome, my love. Who else? I see Dee Dee. How are you? Alice, Tony B. Everybody, Doug, Pinche Becky's in the house. Welcome, Maramello. Yes, Sabrina Speakeasy's in the house. Pale Pessimist. You got one from YouTube? Ooh, it's gonna be a good day. Lovey Cats, how are you, love? Everybody. Ooh, it's me, April. Shout out to you. All right, so shout out to Chico who gave me the heads up on this update. So we're gonna get into that right away because it's a story that we have been following actually a year in quite some time. Now, hold up, y'all. Smurgy, Kitty Coo, I see you guys. I was trying to upload a background. Ay, so last minute, Rabbit. Why you do that? Welcome, everybody. Listen, I thought this background was cute, so I'm going to use it. Okay. We're going to use it. Let's see. Somebody messaged me and said, Rabbit, what kind of lipstick are you using now? I am using a different one for those that are wondering. So I'm going to tell you which one I'm using. Not that this is sponsored, but I am going to add it. So MAC brought their nudes back, right? And this is apparently, it said that Angelina Jolie used this lipstick like in the 90s, okay? Folio. So I went and I got it. Now I didn't pay it's $25, but I actually had, I don't do the full price. I gotta have if I have a gift card or a discount card, you already know I'm a thrifty girl, kind of like that. Yeah, so I was able to get it, right? Like things that I get for Christmas or whatever. Folio for this. It's like a nude. I thought it was gorgeous. But this is like a nude gray. So it's like there's like a tint of gray in it. I thought it was gorgeous. Definitely recommend it. It's MAC. It's MAC. It's MAC. Shout out to everybody. Okay. I see everybody in here. Venus Blue, welcome. So for those that were asking me, I'll make sure I insert it in the channel little thing, or whatever. Ronnie, how are you? Giovanni, Shauna B. I see everybody, Kitty Coo. Rhonda, how are you, love? Oh my goodness. Who else? Who else? Do you know I'm not a morning person? Mornings last until noon. I am a morning person. If I get a good, I have to be able to be like well rested, get some sleep. Hey, Sister Soul, how are you? Like isn't that how it is? Like if you get enough sleep, you're the morning person. Get enough sleep. You know what I mean? Let me know. We're staying in, hanging on. That's the name we are. Yes. Everybody, you were up at 2:30, girl. I'm sorry, Bratty Becca. I know. Am I still Rabbitha? I don't know. What does my name say? Yes. I didn't change it, y'all. I didn't change it. That was funny. Y'all are like too much fun yesterday. It wasn't a lot of people, which I think was what made it fun yesterday because we were just, kicking back and talking shit, which is, funny. Smurgy, welcome, Ashley. I see everybody coming through. God bless. How are you? Oh man, Don, how are you, love? Good morning. Or afternoon. Rena's in the house. Thank you. Everybody's here. I'm still coughing up lungs. Okay. aliens, whatever the hell y'all want to call it, because I'm still clearing my lungs, but I'm doing better. Okay. I'm doing better. Nurse Janice, how are you? Welcome, C. Miller. Everybody's in here. Let's get together, you guys. We about to get started. Welcome. Be sure you're on all messages and top not messages. Top and not top messages. Gotcha. Aliens where? Xenu where, right? Fury World, how are you, love? Shout out to you, love. Just the tea, please, is in the house. Welcome, my love. Yesterday was pretty messy, but I enjoyed it because I had a rough day. Like yesterday was just a little too crazy for me. Let me not get into that. Shauna B, welcome. Everybody. Okay, let's get it together, guys, because we have so much to review, and I want to talk about this, just different things that are happening. We're gonna talk about, let's start with Chico. Chico, thank you so much for the update on this. I didn't have time to add it to the thumbnail, but I figured we'd start with this one since I think it's, first of all, it's a story that we followed about a year ago. A very just awkward, bizarre situation that resulted in the death of these men in the backyard. Okay? So just imagine this. People are at a football game, all right? Everybody's at a football game. Kind of like a guy's night out type of deal. You're at a friend's house, okay? And then Jeopardy starts playing after the game, and everybody goes home, or at least that's what you think, but it didn't turn out that way. The men that were there to watch this game ended up dead in the backyard, frozen. And the person who is the owner of the house, the friend, is a chemist, okay? Don't forget that part. And he basically slept through the whole thing, like for a couple days. Y'all remember this? Okay, it's suspect, right? And I don't think so. No, Shauna B. Well, Doug. Doug's like, listen, Robin, I've attended a lot of guys' night out. That's not what goes down, all right? At least we hope nobody dies, okay? But like literally, this is one of those stories, okay? Well, C. Miller, he slept for days, and I think he has a dog too. That's the crazy part, all right? So furious families of the Chiefs fans who froze to death in friend's backyard are still waiting for more answers, okay? So the furious families of the 3 Kansas City Chief fans who mysteriously froze to death in a friend's backyard have slammed investigators as they await answers on a year on, okay? Ricky Johnson, 38, David Harrington, 37, Clayton McGreeny, 36, were found outside the home of their friend Jordan Willis on January 9th, 2024. I can't believe it's been a little over a year since this happened. Because I remember covering this, and it wasn't just me. It was everybody on YouTube. We were on this story because we were like, what happened? Hey, Kraken, what happened? So there's been no arrests. I don't think the case is... Let me not overspeak. I believe that they ruled it no foul play, if I remember correctly, okay? And this was one of those things that it's like, yeah, like, how does this happen? How does this happen exactly? I don't know. Okay, so Harrington's dad, John, told People this week that as prosecutors insist the case is still open, he is incredibly sure that the outcome of this was not intended. The 3 men were found with cocaine and fentanyl in their systems, which John said is an issue that has not been addressed by detectives. I'm not buying that. I'm not arguing that was what they found in his systems, but it is how it got into the system. We still don't know. Harrington and others remain distressed and upset that no new information has been forthcoming about how exactly their loved ones died. Willis' attorney, John, oh my God, the attorney here. So Jordan's attorney, who looked like he dumped half of the bottle of cologne on himself, I mean, would do these interviews and you'd be like, what the hell is going on with this guy? Like, what's going on with this guy? Because he just didn't look very, like he wasn't really helping Jordan. You know what I mean? In this situation, not at all. Not at all, please. Okay. So it says the attorney, Willis' attorney, John, told the outlet that he maintains that his client had no knowledge of the death, but has been left baffled by the drawn out nature of the investigation. What could possibly be taking so long? After speculation fell on Willis, who had never been charged with a crime related to the deaths of John said that he's still awaiting for final autopsy results and official causes of death on the death of the three men. So the three men with the circles are the ones that died. Okay, they basically froze to death. I believe that was the real cause of death. I don't get why they can't get answers. It's been literally good, Nanya. Like you're talking about well over a year at this point, right? You said, I'm sorry, but hold up. You said, I'm sorry, but how the dude handled it was made me side eye his ass. The attorney, those folks, fam, showed up and tried to find their family and they didn't do a damn thing to help. No, I remember they were trying to break into the property. How do you sleep through that? I don't get it. Did you fluffle tits? I'm sorry. So this is just sketchy as AF. They thought they had C. They thought they had C and it had fent in it. Do you think that they might have had like double the dosage of fentanyl? Maybe that's what it was. Wow. Right, Linzer, you ain't never lie. Some of those people, it's sad, but they stayed outside and nobody. That failed pessimist. That was my question. He had the dog. He didn't let the dog outside. The fiance broke one of the windows to break into the house because you could see their cars were parked outside of the home, of Jordan's home. Okay. They're knocking. The man's not waking up. I guess he had a fan on, but he also has a pet. So he didn't wake up to let the dog out to go to the bathroom for 3 days. Did he even feed the dog? I don't know about you, but my dog eats every day. I feed the dog every day. Like, there's no way not to. Oh, his dad had the dog. Okay, thank you. Because I was like wondering about, I couldn't remember this part. So he has a dog, but the dog wasn't there that weekend, Pixie, right? Is this correct? Thank you. Because I was going to say Leslie Ann. I said, for him to have slept through all of this and not let the dogs out was just so sus to me. I don't know. Anyways. So these are the three men with the circles for those that are wondering. Okay. Yeah, because I was wondering about that. This is Jordan. All right. And then this is the house. Okay. And I believe one of the windows, the one that was like, I guess on the other side was broken and whatnot. He said he never looked out the window and saw their cars there. Yeah. And their cars had been parked there. You know what I mean? I think the way outside the box, I can't see. Hold up. Let me see what your comment says. Can't seem to logically put in it together. All these freaking deaths stink of snakes, says Brian's wifey. Okay, so the shocking deaths of Johnson, Harrington, and McGreeny sparked headlines a year ago after their bodies were found within feet of Willis's front door. According to the attorney, Willis had been partying with the men after watching a Kansas City Chief game together on the night the three died. He said Willis went to bed as the men were leaving and was awoken the next day by Harrington's girlfriend when she found the bodies. She found them. Can you imagine finding your fiance's body and then your friend's fiance, like their bodies too? Oh my God. It wasn't like it was found by like 911 or rescue or whatever. No, the fiance found the bodies in the backyard with the other two men. Right, Linzer. It did happen that way. So, yeah, in my opinion, the family deserves more. They deserve more answers. Chat says I'm late. No, chat. You have arrived. Welcome. Let me know what y'all think. I mean, what do y'all make of this? It's an awful situation case, but I don't think it ends there. I feel like there's more to this, but that's just my opinion. And then it further goes. He said Willis went to bed as the three men were leaving and was awoken the next day by Harrington's girlfriend when she found the bodies. Okay. The attorney John said that this week that's the ongoing case against Willis has been devastating to him as he grieves the loss of his friends for 20 years, saying he's deeply hurt by their passing. The police, refused to comment. Still, the attorney said, adding that his client has been unable to get a job with the case looming over his life, and so that's kind of where we're at. Obviously, the public still thinks he's somewhat involved in the deaths of these guys. I personally think that there's something more to this, but that's just my thought. If you, the authorities, know that he didn't have anything to do with this, why don't you come out and clear him publicly? So the attorney wants the detectives to clear, at least police to clear Jordan Willis publicly, so that maybe they could put this to rest. I don't think it's going to get put to rest, honestly. There could be a wrongful lawful death. What is it? A wrongful death suit? I believe one was filed. I just can't remember. See, it's been a minute since I followed this, so I have to follow up on this. Okay. Um, a police spokesperson told people that the investigation remains ongoing a year on from the death, but said that the case is stuck in limbo. There has not been any new information released. That's what it seems like. And why is this? Why is? Oh yeah, there's the attorney, y'all. Don't he look like he just dumped the half of the bottle on him? Because I said, Lord have mercy. I still remember because we were talking about this. We said, what's going on with this attorney? He's not helping the case, but he stayed around, okay? A police spokesperson told people that the investigation remains ongoing a year from the death, but said that the case is still stuck in limbo and there has not been any new information. Investigators and prosecutors remain in touch, and investigators have continued to communicate their investigative findings. This remains a death investigation. Okay, there he is. All right. Maybe it's the suit. Maybe it's giving the Godfather. I think that's what it is. I remember. Now it's coming back to me. It's coming back to me. It's giving.
On today's episode of In the Know, we'll be exploring.
Let me mute that real quick because y'all can hear him talk. It can't just be me who feels this way. It can't be me. There's something very interesting about him. You know what I mean? You said it's a leather, English leather guy. It's giving zoot. It's a zoot. He looks like Tim Allen from the Santa Claus. No, he doesn't. Oh my Lord. Hold up. Let's see if we can get
in the last few hours.
Oh man, hold up. Oh, come on.
There was a fifth person at this house, and that his client went to sleep. And this fifth person that we're just learning about, we're bringing this to you first. He was hanging out with the three victims while Willis was asleep. This just adding to the frustration for these three Metro families who, more than 2 weeks later, feel like they still do not have the full story as to what has happened.
Just the thought of him dying and then sitting outside for 2 days in the cold.
What happened? When did it happen? And how did it happen? The questions three Metro families are still begging to get answers to. After Clayton McGeaney, Ricky Johnson, and David Harrington were found dead in the backyard of their friend's home.
It's extremely devastating. The whole family's messed up. They died and then froze. They didn't freeze to death.
Tonight we're hearing from the lawyer of the man who lived in the...
Now, if they were on fentanyl, okay, let's just say that that's what the case. Maybe they didn't feel it. But for it to have, like, I'm trying to figure this out, okay? It would be different if it was just like one man that died, right? But you have three different individuals that had the same reaction and froze to death. You mean they could, like, it doesn't make sense to me. And nobody heard anything?
Home. John Paserno today contradicting a statement he released over the weekend where
his client,
Jordan Willis, saw the men leave. He's flipped. Now he claims Willis went to sleep while the three victims and a fifth man continued to hang out in his house.
When he would have people over his house sometimes, as people do, they get tired. They're people who are very close to you. And then you feel comfortable going to bed and allowing them to leave whenever they want to leave.
Paserno says Willis never left his home once he got back there on Sunday. That's why he didn't notice the men's cars were still there. Paserno says that Willis didn't hear anyone banging on the doors over those 2 days, nor did Willis hear McGinney's fiance break in and scream his name. But minutes later, he did hear police knock on the door.
None of us know what happened to these individuals. And I think it's the most important thing to remember here is these are his 3 buddies.
Paserno says Willis has since moved out of the house. For the families, they just want justice and a story that makes sense to them.
I mean, I think somebody has to end up in custody over it. I mean, regardless of any situation, they're at your house, 3 people died.
And at last,
it's bizarre. COD listed as frozen to death along with the drugs in their system, cause of death. Thank you, Chico. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Isn't there like a wrongful death situation? But I still feel like there's a crime here that we miss. I don't know what it is. Now, C. Miller says, that was my thought. I was like, okay, so if the cause of death is the drugs and then, being frozen to death, is it possible like your system is working, right? Like it's overworking. Sometimes you don't feel what is it? Is it called hyperthermia? When you're like in really debilitating situations like that. And it's like, sometimes your body's like working extra hard, right? To maintain and keep you warm, but it's not, basically if you don't do something, if you don't warm yourself up, you can die. Maybe that's what it is, and it's just I don't know. And then the whole chemist thing, of course, doesn't really help out. It doesn't help out whatsoever. Someone knows. Hold up. What did you say? You said someone knows if they did drugs. Someone knows who brought the drugs to the party. Like, was it Mary Jane? Was it Lace? Like, was there more to this? Hypothermia is under temp. Is it hypothermia? Tricks your, that's right. Because like, doesn't it trick your body and it like tricks your body? Like at some point you start kind of becoming delusional. You don't even realize what you're going through. Vent makes you hot from personal experience. So think about it. 3 different individuals die the same way, frozen in the backyard. Hey, Pepperoni, how are you, love? Then what? You said, nope, unless they can prove it. He added the vent to the white powder and created the cold front, and it's going to be hard to hold him accountable, but the illegal usage on the property civil suit is likely. Wow. I'm wondering how this is going to get solved, but it doesn't look like police is wanting to clear him as well. Not at all. All right, guys, we got to move on. Because we got a full agenda. Okay. Liam Payne. So let's shout out to everybody. Liam Payne, I am working on another video still, getting my voice back. All right. Getting my voice back. We're getting there to do a pre-recorded. I got other pre-recordeds I got to work on. And yeah, I mean, like I said, with being sick, it kind of set me up a little bit, but that is okay. I want to talk about Liam Payne. This just dropped. Now, I had already speculated this a couple days ago. Liam Payne, mystery is, as fan spot clues, his Instagram account has been used after his death. It wasn't just his Instagram. Okay. It was a really weird thing was happening. Okay. The WhatsApp, the Insta, there was other apps that were used. Now, he's a celebrity, right? So there's going to be other people that are using his Instagram account. But even after death, even after he died, it was said that somebody was logging into his Instagram. Who else was managing the social media that we know of? I don't know too many people. It's a bit creepy, but like I can understand. Right. Like, and I was thinking, like, since when do celebrities, run their own accounts? Here's the deal, Chico. This is what happened. The weirdest thing was happening where the WhatsApp specifically, because I remember this. Somebody was still running his WhatsApp and they were communicating with people. Like, why? Yeah, I mean, it could be the police, right? But I hope that it's the right people. Like, how, like, somebody dies, clearly, maybe IG or whatever, the powers that be will give you access to someone's social media so you can shut it down or put it like as a historical memorial type of page, right? There's a few select. So I wonder about this. Exactly, C. Miller. Like when you die, Facebook, you can designate somebody to take over if something happens to you. Okay. But something happened to his was it Telegram? It wasn't, I'm sorry, his WhatsApp. And the WhatsApp specifically, somebody was running it using his like name even after death and communicating with people. I don't know. Was it a glitch? I don't know. But of course, the fans, everybody will pay attention to this. Everybody's going to pick up on anything and everything. So it says Liam Payne fans have noticed a hint that his Instagram account may have been accessed 3 months after his death. Okay. The former One Direction singer tragically fell. All right, we know this part, and I hate reading that because I don't agree with the narrative yet. However, observant fans believe his mobile might have been returned to his family based on a clue found on his Instagram account. A TikTok user shared a screenshot of Liam's About This Account page, noting Liam's account had been logged into within the last few days, and it is no longer based in Argentina. So they changed the location. The page has shown information as when the account was created and what country it is based in, which now shows as the United Kingdom. Well, I don't know if it's being switched over to the UK. Is it the dad? Because Brian's wifey, I wonder if Roger, the Dodger, go home Roger, was running his social media, who says, I'm not a manager, but I am a manager, and I'm not a manager. That guy was running his social media. And then now that dad has taken possession over everything, dad is now like removing everything to the UK. You know what I mean? Which would make sense. Do we know what was being put out through WhatsApp? Because it could be somebody had those passwords trying to help pull information from that warrant, particular his paid social media. That's a good question. If it's in the UK, it could be Cheryl or his dad. Absolutely. So maybe now the family's getting like a hold of the media and stuff like that. Give me 1 sec, guys. 1 sec. One sec, guys. Sorry, y'all. It is, when the children call, you got to answer. And it's the oldest child being the oldest child. I love my kids. Y'all don't even know. Let me make sure I tend to them. Mom, can I have some money? Mom, I love you, Mom. Can I have some money? Yeah, it is not Xenu on the phone, y'all. It is not, I promise. Okay. Let's see. Let's get back together. Yeah, no, the children of the corn cob. That's right. You hear that? C. Miller is like, wait, y'all, sorry. That this is, he's the oldest and he's independent. Okay, but can I have some money? Yes, my child, you can have some money. Okay, let's get it together. Okay. It remains unclear whether Liam's devices and social media accounts have been handed back to his family. Meanwhile, the 5 individuals charged in connection with his fatal fall are preparing for a crucial appeal date. The legal representatives of the 5 individuals will seek to overturn Judge Laura Bernard's decision to formally accuse them, setting the stage for a trial of this year. But this is about to get down. Listen, we may not get all the information from Argentina, but let me tell you, we're going to work overtime to make sure we get enough information to figure out how they're going to fight this whole thing. Thank you. You said One Direction for life. We're all solving more things and get evidence, yet the authorities are being bribed and threatened to not investigate properly so they can get away with it. Justice for Liam and his family. Absolutely, y'all. Like I said, shout out to the fans because y'all are really working hard to make sure that the information gets delivered, and that my flowers are out. I give you all the flowers and all the props in the world because there's so many things I wouldn't know if it wasn't for you guys. and vice versa. Like if there's something that I find out, I try to let y'all know. So thank you so much for this. Again, justice for Lee and Payne. And it's crazy because let me be very clear. One Direction is not my generation. It's actually my younger sister's generation. She's the baby. And I remember this being a very crucial part of her life. One Direction was. And when she told me about all this and just being kind of upset about all of this, what she made of it and the different parts. So it deserves justice. All of this deserves justice. Liam and family deserve justice. The fans, everybody. Absolutely. Okay. Let's get it together. So the legal representatives of the 5 individuals will seek to overturn that. We read this part. And I mean, I guess that if the account is being ran by family, I think that's amazing. The appeal is set to take place at the Argentina National Criminal and Correctional Court in Buenos Aires on February 10th, following the January judicial recess in the South American nations. It remains unclear whether the hearing will be public or conducted privately. The hotel manager, a receptionist, and a friend of Payne have been charged with manslaughter, which, by the way, I don't understand. Like, it's not enough that Rogelio Noris's sentence has been reduced. Okay? It's not. It's weird how all of this is playing out. That it's like, not only has your sentence been reduced, but it's like you kind of want to walk away from this as if you didn't really like play a role in this. It's weird. It's weird, but we will continue to keep reporting it. I have another video that I'm working on, so keep your, eyes on the notification button, okay? Oh my God, Sue, thank you so much. Thank you for all that you do to keep us updated. Glad you're feeling better. Thank you, Sue. Justice for Lee and Payne. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for the $10, my love. I appreciate you. And I read your comments all the time, by the way, love. Thank you. And shout out to everybody here. Y'all are amazing. We will keep reporting, okay? We need to move on to the next portion of this because let me say this, okay? I don't understand. Like, I was, first of all, let me just say this. I feel like there's so many ins and outs to this right here. This whole thing with Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. Like I understand the lawsuit, okay? But then he files a lawsuit to the New York Times, right? Then there's this back and forth that's happening. And then from there, I guess there's even more craziness. So is this like an actual sexual harassment thing, or is this a PR thing, or is this a thing about both? Like, I want to know. Let me know what you guys think. What is it exactly that when it comes to this, that this is really about? What do y'all think? Let me know. Let's see from the voice. Oh, we got to play that voicemail. Hold up. Let me get this, okay? There's this voicemail. Oh, Chico, I missed your question. I'm sorry. I couldn't get into it. I'll have one of the and I think it's a great question, not to go back a little bit, but I think justice would be that everybody is charged for which is for murder. I would think, based on what we have so far, all of them, not manslaughter, murder. Whatever the first degree is, murder, where they are sentenced to the highest degree. That's what I think. But I'm going to answer that and then move on over here. Okay, let me see what this is about. You said, no, this is Ryan Reynolds and security. Okay, is it? All right, Kraken says, no. In my opinion, Blake threw a temper tantrum, which included gaslighting. Justice didn't want to rock the boat. And like in any abusive relationship, took the accountability to calm her down. Okay, so I guess it was a voice memo that he had a copy of. I will say this, okay? I was listening to it and I said, excuse me, if you don't know the full content, because I was really lost by the voicemail, and maybe I need to do a better job in following the different things. It's because I wouldn't say that it's a very, like, it's not a complex story. It's just a fucking confusing story. Like, truly, I'm trying to understand what it do and what it be, okay? Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So we got the voicemail here, but before I even go there, I got to show you guys something. be careful what you order online. Side note, all right? Side note. Georgia man orders a drill on AliExpress, gets photo of one instead. Make sure that if you're going to order online, like AliExpress or Temu or, what's the other one that people order on Sheen or whatever, that you're actually getting the product that you're asking for, because sometimes it could just be not what you wanted. Okay. I don't know why I bookmarked that, and I said, did I bookmark it because I wanted to talk about it? I don't know. That wait. So he ordered a drill. How much did he think that drill was gonna cost? This is why I don't order for Temu. Is Pat the same on the sites? You always check the description, make sure it's not a photo. Rena, isn't that sad? Oh my god. You've been following. Lindsay, like, it's really well. First of all, there's the PR part of Blake Lively and all this, right? So it's just different parts to this. But I'm going to show you this voicemail. Now, to explain this voicemail, this is what it says. Justin Baldoni is following through on his vow to release all communication with Blake Lively, revealing a 7-minute apology he sent her at 2 a.m. while they were working on the hashtag It Ends With Us script. Justin's voice was clearly recorded shortly after the co-stars' now infamous meeting to discuss the movie's rooftop scene, where Blake had hashtag Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift cheerleading for her script changes. Listen to the full story. Okay, so let's listen to it, and y'all let me know what you guys think.
It's 2 a.m. Hopefully this does not wake you up. Whew. Wow, there's so much I want to say to you, and I hope that we can FaceTime or see each other in person soon and get to talk more. But I'm just gonna send you a few thoughts, and hopefully it's not gonna be more than a few minutes. But that's
7 minutes.
I don't have the best track record. I don't think either one of us have the best track record for our voice memos. I want to start with an apology. Man, reading the second part of your message, my heart sank, and I'm really sorry. I for sure fell short, and you worked really hard on that, and the way you framed it, and how that made you feel. I just want to say thank you for sharing that with me. That takes a lot of trust and vulnerability, and I feel really grateful that you feel safe enough to tell me that that's how you feel and share that with me. And I'm really sorry. I f***ed up. That is a fail on my part. One thing you should know about me is I will admit and apologize when I fail. I am far from perfect. I'm a very flawed man, as my wife will attest. And and I'm going to f*** up. I'm going to say the wrong thing. I'm going to put my foot in my mouth. I'm going to piss you off probably, but I will always apologize and find my way back to center. That is one thing I can assure you of. And I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That must have felt terrible. And I will for sure do better. That was not my best weekend.
Okay, so here's my question. Clearly this was before all the shit hit the fan, right? Who's the victim here? Is it Justin or is it Blake? Who is the victim here? Is it Justin or is it Blake? And I'm gonna tell you another part in my head, right? Maybe the part that I leave it there be. You said Justin, Bonnie? You think it's so he talks about his wife? Yeah, he talks about different things. I do, in my opinion, but maybe this is a Hollywood thing, okay? I do think it's highly inappropriate. My opinion, all right? Don't come for me, okay? Do not come for me. Come for your mama, don't come for me, all right? Please. I think it's highly inappropriate to call. First of all, if she initiated the call and if if y'all be calling each other at 2, 3 in the morning and you guys are married, No, no, no. No, 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 Linda. No, no, no. Okay. In part because maybe it's a movie business thing, but to me, I believe very heavily in boundaries, and I don't be calling people at 3 in the mornings unless, and I'm thinking like work related. Who's the HR? Is this okay? Right. Okay. So Fluffle says, listen, Rabbit. Fluffle tits. It's a voice. That's right. It's a voice memo. So it's not really a phone call. It is a voice memo. That's like, yeah, like I could leave if it's 3 in the morning and I'm leaving a group text with everybody. But I don't know. Like, and I was sitting there and I was thinking, it feels awkward from both ends. You said he's trying to bully him? Let me know. Sylvia's here. Justin is for sure the victim after all the texts and audio release. Okay. I just have a lot of boundaries. I think that's what it is. Coworkers are across huge boundaries that were never set on a quite literal set. A lot of gray areas. It seems like when I hear people break this case down, the civil part, it seems like a huge boundary violation from all ends, right? But at the same time, I can believe that Blake Lively can be an asshole. Like, I definitely believe that she, can play her cards right in different things. I also believe two things can be correct. I also believe that maybe Baldoni is inappropriate. Like, maybe there's just two things can be correct at the same time. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm at. What do y'all think? You agree? You agree? All right. And I don't know. Now, here's the other part of my head that was saying, what if this is all some crazy PR thing so that they can play everybody? Did it ever occur to anybody that this could just be a big old PR thing for the shits and giggles? He asked for an intimacy coach and she got offended. He asked for that. Yeah. And I think part of it, so I was listening to another podcast who basically said that it's called an intimacy coach. They're actually, their job is to make sure that people don't violate each other's boundaries, like that you can actually look like you've been intimate without looking like you've been intimate. That's what I heard that they're there for. They're not really like, they're kind of like an assets protection type of situation, right? You think it's another distraction, Ashley? Say more. Let me know. Hold up, y'all. I got a cough. Give me 1 sec. Woo. Two things. Absolutely. Blake is difficult, but ain't nobody better contact me at 2 a.m. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you, Rabbit. Two things can be true at the same time. Blake Lively can be a biatch while her boundaries were crossed. True, right? You said he wanted her to meet the intimacy coordinator prior to being on the set. That wasn't her choice, which is valid. Listen, I'm sorry. If I'm doing an intimacy scene and if it's me or the other person that's doing it, I would want somebody to, like, if they're whoever's requesting it, let's honor it. Whether it's Blake or Justin, right? Like, do it because clearly somebody feels like that there's a need for it. And maybe, which makes me wonder, because this can't be like Blake's done so many projects in her lifetime. Has she ever had these issues before? Also, same with Justin. Like, it's just weird. They have a coach for everything in Hollywood, right? I want the coach there during the scene. No need to meet prior. Okay. All right, girl. You said the media should not function like that, I feel. Okay. Reading between the lines, I fully believe she was threatening him. That's very likely too. And and if that is the case, I would want an intimacy coach. I would want as many people leave the door open type of situation, Fluffle. People have said on the other side of this, and like I said, I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm just reporting the news. There's people, let me tell you what's going on. I've talked to people who have said to me, hey, they think that she was trying to set him up to be like the Me Too situation. Did anybody else hear this? That they were trying to, she was trying to set him up. I heard this too. What do y'all think about that? There's Doug, better than a third, right? Like, get your third party. Right. But I heard this too. This is what I heard but it was his movie, correct? So technically he's the boss, right? Yes. I don't know if it was just his movie though. Okay, you said she wanted to show him how to hold her. I honestly think he just didn't give her the attention she wanted because he seems in love with his wife. Oh, seems plausible. She was rejected. You're leaning towards Justin's side because maintaining my middle ground, love my ass off. There's something off about Blake's actions. She was rejected. She needed a coach. Okay, the only Angie. I heard that. I heard it, Roxy. I heard that they wanted to make him kind of like I hate to put it that way, but like basically set the guy up. That's what I was told. No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I heard it wasn't that great. I don't think so. I mean, the drama is better than the movie, then that should tell you everything, right? It's all played. The actual meat and potatoes of the actual movie is playing out here on Lawsuits and in real life. Like, no, I don't think it was any good. It's a distraction. That's what it seems like to me. You don't think none of the theories make sense? Okay. Maybe they just both suck as people, potentially. An intimacy coach must be on set during the filming. The strike was happening beforehand. Okay. And Blake chose not to meet during the strike, but it's getting missed. She denied one on set during the filming. Phil Pessimist is like, Rabbit, I just don't trust that woman. There's something off with her. People have said this. And maybe she just rubs people the wrong way. You know what I mean? We don't know what really happened behind closed doors. Only they do. You know what, M7? You're right. You're right, girl. Like, we don't know what happened. You're not lying about that. And I don't pretend to know. This voicemail, if you don't understand, because when I first heard it, I said, I'm fucking lost. I had to go contact some people and they were explaining to me, like, listen, this is what's going on. The lawsuit is here. This is what happened. This is the in-between. And there isn't a whole lot of new updates yet other than these things that are being leaked. But this is kind of like people are seeing another side of Blake and coming forward and saying, hey, he could very well be a victim of a situation here, and people need to understand that. If it's my movie and I bring you the film to you with me, I expect you to follow my expectations. Now, I'm not saying doing anything illegal or none of that, but if I want people on set, then so be it. Right, Chico? But she's the star and you're not, right? And that's the thing is like, everybody knows who Blake Lively is. Not a lot of people know who Justin Baldoni is. I certainly didn't. They have mutual agreements to blow this up because this is all mainstream media is talking about. Or that could be the case too, right? Or that could be the case too. She wanted the final cut and she got it and the movie didn't do well, so she hit him back, in my opinion. Oh my God. Hey, A. Taylor. Really? Dizzy, she really got so pissed off that he didn't want her romantically, very offended, in my opinion. There's usually many cameras on set, not only one for filming, but also security cameras. And I think that's why her accusations were about what happened in the trailer. Right. The movie did fine. Well, there's that. Really? See, Amanda, you've been knowing all this stuff? I don't know. I didn't watch it, but it seems pretty true. I find it hilarious. The star has been ruling the set and always got her way. And when she didn't get her way, she went postal and dragged her husband. Yeah, what I was so confused by why the husband was dragged to this too. Unless he had some kind of like producer or some shit like that. The audacity. Ryan's insecurities and jealousies is what this is all about. Gotcha. Right. Yep. Chico and Kraken seem to understand kind of like the in-betweens. Fixers wouldn't let things out. Oh my God, that's right. Don't forget about the fixers. They would play this shit up, right? Don't forget about that. So many conspiracy theories. I'm obsessed. Yo, but watch the full. I mean, to me, when I was listening to this, I said, oh man, this sounds really deep. And I have to go back and really understand what is going on. Okay. Because I felt like I missed something in all of this. Now we have to move over to Allie Carter. And this is the part where I kind of really want to get into stuff. I got to blow my nose. So before we go there, give me 1 sec, y'all. I'm really feeling the blue skies on my background. I thought it was cute with the little pink cloud. Isn't that cute? But I don't know if it's too distracting. Maybe I just like the blue. That's like one of my favorite blues up there. I seem to be attracted to a lot of blue. I don't know what that says about me. Let's see. Welcome, Annie. And just came up. Catching up. Disagree. You can see RR fingerprints. He took over Deadpool 2. Gotcha. Look at this. This is why he's involved in the lawsuit. All right. We got to get it together because we got to talk about Allie Carter. Y'all ready for this one? Okay. So, listen. There has been an interesting shift in a lot of things that have been happening with the whole Allie Carter thing, okay? So for those that don't know, Lindsay, I know you're a supporter of Allie Carter. There's a lot of people here that are supporters of Allie Carter. That is absolutely fine. It is not my job to try to convince you otherwise. I have an opinion that might be different than yours, and that's okay. That's why I love America, because we can have opinions that are not the same, right? Not every opinion is the same, okay? So while I was sick, I told you I'd be keeping my ear on the streets of different things that are happening, okay? Especially on social media. So while I was sick, I guess Allie Carter's biological mother, okay? The lady has fallen out with one of the platforms here on YouTube. And from that, I guess now Allie's biological mother is being exposed. Now I will say this, I have to shout out to Too Strong, because I've been listening to the panels and the different things that they have been talking about as far as this specific topic. Too Strong did a panel, and there's a couple of panels, but there's one specific person that came out and I thought was amazing and definitely had some insight that I feel like people really need to listen to. Okay. Apparently, this specific person had been in contact with or knows where Allie Carter is. Okay. That they have information specifically of the whereabouts of Allie Carter, that they basically park their car outside of a Walmart and they go live there, and then they act like they're running away from different things. And there's even been more research about the fact that this is a well orchestrated scam that has been put together by not just Allie Carter and the adoptive mother, but other folks that are behind the scenes, in order to they use the idea of saving children to basically go after people's pockets and go after people's monies and whatnot. And so Too Strong, there was somebody that they had on panel. Damn it. Is this? I don't think it's this video. Let me go back a little bit. They held a panel where somebody was arguing about why they support Allie Carter, and they went back there and in verbatim, they went through things, and then they even did a bigger break.
Hello.
Of other folks that came. It was a great panel. Let me see if I can play a portion of it, and they really challenge people to really think, okay, here's a receipt for this, here's a receipt for that. And ultimately what it came down to is that there's some folks that you just can't convince about things, no matter how many receipts you show. Okay. So they had somebody else in there that spoke on the fact that this little grift has been happening for the last 5 years, that they have been portraying, and there hasn't been any children that have been rescued by Allie Carter or Shelly or any of these individuals. It's actually an orchestration of sorts. Okay, check out. I'm telling you, if you go to Too Strong and check out all the videos, all the videos that they have done, and they broke it down complete. I was amazed by how well they brought in. Was it Alex? It was Alex that spoke. Let me see if it's this part.
To speak. Yeah.
What about you? I don't know how to say it. Goose off.
Hold up.
Goose off.
See.
As we moved into this.
This is it. This is it right here. I got to show you what is being said. This is it. Here it is. Here it is.
Okay. Helped him. you just had to change the name. You just had to, okay, there you go.
There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna try to
listen to what he says
from a person that has, one, been in foster care, right? Two, from a person who has advocated and worked with individuals to rescue people from trafficking and all of these things. And Allie's story caught us about a year ago, and I have a friend who honestly is a very, very top agent. So when Allie talks about these people, it's the government, it's X, Y, and Z.
Hey, Alex, you got a lot of noise in your background.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Is it still there? Oh,
yep. Are you outside?
No, I might have to come back up because let me log.
It's good. We just don't. Okay. We could get a cleaner listen. I checked all the mics. It came back to this. Let me see.
Gotcha.
I think it stopped.
Might have to run back downstairs.
No, it stopped now.
Okay. Hey, so so with that, one of the things is we reached out to Allie about a year ago, and with that, kind of what you talked about in 2023, we extracted 708 children, right?
Mm-hmm.
In 2022, we extracted about 1,072 children. It's on the website. It's like there's no excuse to say, hey, these people are fraud. So after a year of no response, and we said, okay, something's not right because we're wasting resources. Let's move on. But someone else said, hey, let's look into this and kind of see what's going on. And as we moved into this is kind of where we landed and say, okay, hey, this is a sham. When we did that,
Alex and his organization, Alex is a former foster care kid, right? So he comes in here and he talks about how they got wind of Allie Carter, okay, and what was going on and helping the children. They try to contact Allie Carter one way or another, right? And it was one thing after another. Now, just listen to what he says because I think it's important because it gives that perspective of like, listen, she's a foster. She knows what she's talking about when it comes to foster care kids. Hell, me listening to some of the things that she says, like, oh, okay, I've seen this in the system based on X, Y, and Z, right? But they kind of play on that for folks. It's a grift in the sense that like you're getting played on your emotions. Now, sometimes it's not always about money. Y'all realize, like, if I do a video like she has done, she's getting paid for that video too. On IG, YouTube. So even though you're not per se donating money to her to her Cash App or her, third-party apps, you're giving money and time and attention based on the view, okay? So if you're listening to what she's saying, okay, well, this is what I went through, and there's no organization or agency out there that could help. Nobody. But then again, she's on the run for the various agencies that are after her. But how is she rescuing children if that's the case? And who would be safe around her anyways if she's being attacked?
That it was for some of us like, hey, I can't deal with this. And the only reason that me personally and some of my family actually got into this was my nephew ended up going missing. And so looking for my nephew is when I learned about trafficking. And I watched my sister deteriorate, looking for her only son. And the more that I did that, the more that I found out, I was like, wow, this is a huge issue. So working with a lot of locals in Houston, in Georgia, across the US, we began to work on that. But the fact that someone said they had all of these kids and they knew where they were and would not respond. They would not respond to emails. They would not respond to phone calls, all 17 numbers that they had. We sent certified letters, like everything, right? So we moved on. Then the more we dug into it, things got a little, hairy. And so when one of the things that really, really got me was as simple as it is, and having been in foster care. And so when people say it's not about race and it is about race, both sides are right, right? Because coming up in foster care as a black guy, I don't know what my voice sounds like, but as a black guy, right? Um, my second foster mother was white. And as I got older, she made sure I found my mother. I found my mother and I found all 8 of my siblings. And we're thick as thieves today, right? So with that, I looked at one of the things with Ellie and that damn bear, right? Well,
And that's what a foster parent is supposed to do. They're supposed to help you with your identity, right? Because regardless of what the situation may be, that's what they're supposed to do. Okay? When kids get placed out of home, there's this thing called what's it's been a while, I'm sorry, y'all. Cultural connections, right? Cultural connections to like who you identify as, who you identify to, like whether it's somebody, if there's an auntie that maybe wasn't able to take over your care, but somehow you're able to stay connected to them, or a community church or something to that effect. And whether it's through that is what foster parents are supposed to foster, especially as if the child is a lot older. Okay, you're talking about in the youth. Yes, you're not supposed to there to basically take over their identity. You can't. You can't. No, like, sure, is a child going to acclimate to the environment that you've provided? Yes. But ultimately, that's what this is about, is making sure that you're giving all the resources and tools so that the child grows up and becomes a productive adult in society.
this lets you know that Shelly really knows what she's doing with that security bear, because it's a play on people who understand what the emotions are.
Mm-hmm. Security bear. It's a play on people's emotions. And let me tell you, I see it all the time here. Okay. This Allie Carter to me kind of struck me that way. And I was really like, I said, wait a minute. And I'm not saying I definitely think that Allie Carter is a victim of a lot of things. I think she's a victim of Shelly. I don't see any pure intention from the adoptive mom. And I understand why Allie, to a certain degree, doesn't have a relationship with her biological mother. She is not the nicest person. Like, there's something clearly off there. The lady switches up from "I love my kids" to "I wish I would have aborted you" to no. Okay. Clearly, bio mom was not very nice and didn't do well by all of her children.
So when you have people like the police officers and social workers who go to domestic violence situations, they give the children a bear. It's a security bear.
Yep.
So as they're trying to figure out what's going on with the children, the bear is supposed to secure them. This is a psychological ploy to pull on the heartstrings of the people who've been in that situation. Allie did another thing. She talked about the trash bags, and she's right. When kids are removed from homes, they're given trash bags.
Yep.
They throw all their stuff in a trash bag and ship them off to social services, and they walk in with the trash bag.
That right there is a huge deal. Okay. So, and I could tell you, as somebody that worked in government for 10 years, this was a thing. Before the Tiffany Haddish scandal, like before all the shit that happened with Tiffany Haddish many years ago, she actually donated a bunch of luggages to the agency that I worked for. Okay. And thanks to her, we had a lot of luggages because, or duffel bags and stuff like that, because it's true. Kid blows up out of a foster home, they're going to a different one. Their stuff is in a trash bag because they're having to go through and through to different areas. Yeah. So I'll never forget. This is before the Tiffany Haddish scandal. This happened many, many years ago. She donated a bunch of luggages to the system to help with kids.
So with that, we created what's called dignity, not trash. So
I had the pleasure of meeting her, by the way, just letting y'all know, many, many years ago. And then all this happened. It's like, oh my God, but that was back when she donated all that stuff. So, believe it or not, when you work in government, you get to meet some celebrities and stuff. At the time, it was the pleasure. Now it's like, okay, lady.
Every month, we deliver hundreds of thousands of duffel bags full of everything to foster care homes. So when I say that Shelly is very intelligent, and manipulative at the same time. She knows what she's doing because she's able to touch on the hearts of the people who's been in those situations. And then she indirectly impact people like me, right? Who say, oh, she's telling the truth. We have to help her because they do give us trash bags. They do X, Y, and Z, right? So as we looked into this, and my friend looked into all of this stuff that was going on, they reached out to Miss Outlaw. As of yesterday, we know exactly where Shelly and Allie are. They are in a van in a Walmart parking lot.
There you go.
Sleeping. That's where they are. IP address and all. That's what I know. These agents are secret agents, or however you want to call them. I know personally they have reached out multiple times. 4 to 5 PIs. Free, because that's what his organization do. They don't charge anything. They go in, they look at the situation. And so even after a year, in the last 3 weeks, where reaching out, email, phone calls, block calls is what I'm told were coming in from the family. What, and I can get it. Why block your call? You have their number, but you're blocking your call. People are telling you that your child is 3 blocks away from you in a van. Make it make sense, right? And so when I look at things like the father, honestly, I can understand, right? I'm a single father. Both of my.
And let me stop right here, okay? I think that Miss Outlaw, Allie Carter's biological mother, is also full of caca sometimes, all right? Full of poop. I said it, okay? Because after even evaluating some of the things, like I said, that she said, she knows what the hell is going on. She knows what the deal is. This has been a bit of a grift for her too, okay? It is what it is. I'm just gonna tell you what it is. I feel like at the end of the day, Allie Carter, Tori, her name, she is 35 years old and she's not on the run. Okay, mean legally. Okay. Is she in an abusive situation? Potentially, but she's choosing to be there, right? Is she being used? Absolutely. Could she be exploited? Oh, yes. But she's choosing to be there. This isn't about let's connect Allie Carter back to her biological mother. Biological mother knows where she's at. She knows what's the deal. I'm just, that's what it is, guys. It is what it is. Okay. Now, where the concern lies, okay, is somehow Allie Carter has found herself in a situation with Shelly, this woman, and I don't see anything pure out of it. Is she choosing to be there? Is she being coerced to be there? Potentially, I don't know. But I also feel like this isn't a black and white type of situation where the intentions is to shed light to all the things that have happened to Allie Carter. I don't believe everything that Allie Carter has said out there. I believe that Allie Carter has lied a lot. Okay? That's the truth. That's how I feel. Okay? There's nothing to substantiate the things that she says. And I think that her running and being with Shelly isn't about adoption and a mom and rescuing children. No. And then the reason why I have to say this is because I have had in more than one occasion the Allie Army coming over here thinking that they could talk to me some kind of way. No. Okay? I don't work for you. And I'm entitled to my opinion. And I believe that there's definitely something sick and twisted going on behind the scenes. And you guys have used Allie Carter to be the face of that. And I don't think it's pure. And I don't think people are saving children or shedding light or bringing awareness. I think the real monsters are the ones behind Allie Carter. The Shellys and the churches and the this and that and the other. Y'all, I'm telling you, okay? There's something really twisted going on. And let me tell you, it'll come to light. It'll come to light. And that's the most polite way that I can put it. And by the way, Doug, shout out to you because giving up your child for adoption is the hardest decision. But I know that you did it out of the, because it was the right decision at the time. Thank you so much for that. Give me one sec, y'all. And I appreciate you for sharing that in my chat because that's amazing that you guys have the relationship that you have. Thank you for doing that. But there is something twisted. And I think that she's being taken advantage of. But I also think that she's an adult. She's choosing to be in that situation. And adults have to respect what other adults have to do. Even if it's to the detriment of their health. Like, yeah, especially this right here. Thank you, Z. I believe it. I believe it's culty. There's a cult behind this alley army thing. There's something cultish about it. Okay. But I'm gonna let you guys go because I gotta go into Baby Bunny. Do me a favor, guys. Do me a favor. Hit the like button, please and thank you. I didn't say it enough. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one because I gotta go. Bye, guys. Bye, 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 bye.